Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.
TSC has streaming television services available in the Gigahood, delivered over our blazing fast fiber internet. Choose TV to fit your family's needs. Enjoy our basic package with all the local channels, or try the extended basic package with sports, news, music, and family entertainment. Download the Your TV Green app and use your Amazon Fire Stick to start watching today. Still need internet? Go to www.telcirco.com and choose the Connect Me button to complete the fiber connection form, and we'll take care of the rest.
The St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation is proud to support St. Mary's athletics. We invite you to become a member of the Alumni Foundation by checking out our website at www.mhsaf.com or checking us out on Facebook. Good luck, Riders.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their three-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
The importance of quality driver's education for our teens is essential. Capabilities has provided classroom and in-car driving instruction for St. Mary's and surrounding communities for over 20 years. Live classroom and online options are available for our students. Capabilities also administers the Ohio BMV driver's exam for our students and the general public. Contact Capabilities today to learn more about our driver's education services.
St. Mary's traditions include football, SMAB, and Fowler's TV. Founded in 1957 by Richard and Peggy, Fowler's TV is celebrated, like a Rough Rider first down, for its dedication to high-quality electronics, custom installations of indoor and outdoor TVs, Sonos sound systems, surveillance systems, and so much more. With 12 months of special financing available on approved credit, shopping local has never been better. Fowler's knowledgeable and friendly staff uphold the tradition of exceptional customer care, servicing only what they sell with the same or next day service.
Well, hello everyone. We hope each and every one of you had a very Merry Christmas and a joyous New Year. We're in day number 2 of the 2026 year, and tonight we bring you boys high school basketball here on Rider Nation Station. A non-league battle between the MAC and the WBL as the Rough Riders will take on the New Bremen Cardinals. I'm Joe Hurlbert. I'll be bringing you all the play-by-play action. Joined tonight in the booth are Derek and Kelly J, and of course we hope that you had a good New Year and we're ready to get back after it.
You know, have a week off, and you know, what better thing than come back into the gym and see some basketball.
Absolutely. Well, the Rough Riders have played a game or two while we were on break. They play them obviously on the road. They took on St. Henry. Let's talk a little bit about the Rough Riders.
Okay, tonight we got two teams kind of taking different trajectories right now. St. Mary's is sitting at 1-6, 0-2 in the WBL, and really right now the Riders are. We've talked about this before in pre-games that they're kind of struggling for an identity, and right now they're struggling scoring points. And you know, you can't. I was talking with the coaches before the game, and you know, like, what are the keys to tonight's game? And we're kind of laughing, all of us, saying, well, we got to score more points than the other team. And you know, that's a baseline. That's it. But really, they've had two really main issues: turnovers and rebounding. And you know, I find myself repeating this all the time in every broadcast, but it seems like that's the key to every game for every team.
Exactly.
You got to win the battle of the boards, and you can't turn the ball over. Started off the season not shooting exceedingly well, but that's starting to come around a little bit. Obviously, the Riders are led in scoring by Caden Geiger, sitting at 10 points a game, and then followed by Blake Dingledine, 7.9 points a game, and Aiden Meinerding, 6.9 points per game. Casey Gross, 5.7. That all of those things need to up a few points so that they can, start scoring a few extra points to get. Right now they're averaging 43 points a game, and that's kind of tough.
Pretty hard to be a successful high school basketball team scoring that little. You'll occasionally get a great defensive team that can hold teams under 40 a game, but those are few and far in between. So you have to be able to score more, and they don't take an overwhelming number of threes. They're shooting less than 30% of their total shots from threes, which in today's game that's pretty low. So it's not like they're necessarily taking shots they can't make, but looking at their last couple games here, 22 turnovers, 21 turnovers, 17 turnovers. Against Findlay, 19 turnovers. It's just you're not getting enough shots off.
Right.
You're losing possessions that way, so you got to hang on to the ball.
Now here's another statistic that the old coach in me is coming out on this one. One of the things I looked at is free throw attempts, and right now they've taken a total of 76 free throw attempts for the season, and looked at opponents' free throws attempts, and their opponents have taken 131 free throw attempts. Now, when I was coaching, one of the things that it was always a goal of ours for the season was to make more free throws than our opponents attempted. Now, for a long time, we had a real advantage there. We had Chrissy Haynes, and Chrissy Haynes knew how to get to the basket and draw fouls. And so, yeah, we had a little bonus there. But whether Chrissy was in the lineup or not, it didn't really matter. It was a matter of we need to be aggressive taking the ball to the basket. And right now, that's something that the Riders are kind of struggling with.
Absolutely.
And need somebody that can kind of control the offense and be aggressive going north-south a little bit.
Derek, as far as the New Bremen Cardinals come in, of course, they're 5-2 overall, 0-1 in the Midwest Athletic Conference, and they're off to a fairly good start other than the league play, and of course they've only got one game under their belt as far as MAC is concerned.
Yeah, and they're a veteran crew. They got some guys, two guys who were both second team, all MAC last year. Gavin Quellhorst, Gavin Dickey, and both are upperclassmen. They start 4 upperclassmen, so just a lot of experience on the court. And as I mentioned, Quellhorst kind of the go-to guy, averaging almost 14 a game and just under 4 steals a game, which is a pretty remarkable statistic. So that's a little bit of a foreboding statistic, at least to me, with the turnovers being such a big issue for the Riders. And I'd seen in stats too. Let me look here real quick. And it's Dickey also has 21 steals on the year. That's 3 a game. So those are 2 guys who are obviously going to be getting after St. Mary's offensive players. Going to have to really take care of the ball. And I think Kelly talked to coach for New Bremen a little bit, has some insight into their goals a little bit.
He said that so far this year, defensive intensity has been very, very good. And he said that their defensive rebounding is something that they're working on, concentrating on, and has to be good for tonight. And I would think if you look at their starting lineup, they're a pretty big overall, not like Marion local size, 6'8" kind of team that we're used to, but they're running at 6'4", 6'2". They've got
their shortest guy is 5'10".
Yeah, shortest guy is 5'10", and so that they're going to obviously have a little defensive rebounding or rebounding in general over the Riders to start with. He also talked about that he would like to improve offensive rebounding, getting kids to pursue the ball a little bit more, crash the boards. He said, we haven't turned the ball over much, but haven't shot well. And so he said that's something that, he hopes comes around eventually.
Yeah, when I get to starting lineups, and the first thing I look for, the very first thing is size. I want to see who the biggest player is they're going to put on the floor against ours. And obviously 6'4". It's not extremely tall. As you said, they're not the 6'8", 6'9" that normally you'll see with Marion Local, but nonetheless 6'4". But it all depends on how they're built. If they're built solid, they can take up space and be a force inside. But then on the other side, when you look at Huck Hertenstein, and he's 6'5", but he's a rail.
Right.
And so he can be moved around. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Albert Sporting Goods, outfitting your team since 1980. Our products consist of individual and team equipment for all community organizations, club teams, high school and collegiate sports. We personalize your gear with embroidery, screen printing, digitizing, and graphic design, with on-site services to deliver quality uniforms, spirit wear, and fulfill every equipment need. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com.
Alrighty, we welcome you back once again to Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlburt alongside Derek and Kelly J. Non-league affair tonight between the St. Mary's Rough Riders and the New Bremen Cardinals. Right now they'll be introducing the cheerleaders and then the starting lineups, and then we'll be able to get this game underway. But continuing on with a look at the two teams, of course, St. Mary's, as Kelly says, continues to struggle. When you said the amount of free throw attempts that they went like 76 or something like that, the first thing that popped out to my mind, that you're not taking it to the hole.
Right, and
that's what that was your point.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, being aggressive, taking the ball to the basket, trying to draw fouls, and in today's refereeing climate, it is much more difficult to draw fouls. They let a lot of contact go in the name of letting the kids play, but that doesn't mean that you can't draw fouls.
Yeah, it's a mentality issue.
Yeah.
You got to have the mentality of we're attacking the rim, and usually if you do that, you're at least in a relative manner. You might not shoot as many free throws as you did maybe 10, 15 years ago, but you'll still shoot more than your opponent, which is what's important.
And when you look at their free throw attempts compared to our free throw attempts, again, they've shot 93
on the season.
So going on 20 more free throw attempts, it does add up.
Right. From my perspective, one of the player that probably is most conscious about taking it to the hole is Blake Dinglebine. Blake gets the ball and he'll take it to the basket. But here again, he's 6'1".
Probably with shoes and a couple pairs of socks on. Yeah. And so it is tougher. It is tougher for a shorter guy to try to post and draw contact.
Yeah, but he, in my opinion, he's a banger. He'll go after the basketball.
And Caden Geiger has shown some brief spurts of doing that as well, taking the ball to the basket, and the Riders really are going to need to look to him to be the catalyst for that offense. Probably, and again, talking to Coach Bargy before the game, he talked about turnovers, and that's going to be the key. As Derek said, you got Gavin squared here for the New Bremen Cardinals that are extraordinary, defenders, and so that's going to put some pressure on Gross and Minerding handling the ball. And if the Riders can handle the ball, they've been in games. and like I said, the shooting is starting to come around, so they can be in games until a flurry of turnovers hit. So we'll see. Hopefully they're progressing in that area and can compete well tonight.
Right. You know, as far as scoring quarter by quarter, only averaging around 40 points a ball game. That's 10 points a quarter,
right,
which is not good. But if they could just up that to about 15 points a quarter, that's 20 more points.
Right.
That'll get you about 60, and that'll get you in a lot of ball games.
Right.
Some other things, kind of looking at statistics that really stood out with New Bremen, at least in terms of a strategy perspective for the Riders. New Bremen shooting 25% from the three-point line, 58% from the line. Obviously, and I think Coach Stevens had even alluded to it in our pregame chat, but they're not a strong shooting team, at least so far. If I'm the Riders, you cannot let them get to the rim. You got to protect the rim, make them beat you from the perimeter. And if they hit shots, you live with that.
Right.
But, they're bigger than you. We just talked about how they have a little bit of size, so you just cannot let them beat you inside.
And we talked about that, Joe, when we played Salina, that drawing a blank on the kid's name, that went crazy driving the ball to the basket, and we said, hey, we can't let him continue to shoot layups. Now he came back out and drilled 3 threes right after that, but I would still rather lose on those shots than layups. Nobody's going to miss layups.
All righty. We're just about ready to tip it off. It's Quellhorst, Dickey, Wibker, Whitener, and Nelson for New Bremen. Dingledine, Geiger, Rhodes, Gross, Meinerding for the Rough Riders. It'll be Dingledine and Wibker to jump it at center court. Tip is up, and it is controlled by Gavin Quellhorst. And New Bremen has the basketball to start the contest.
Looks like we're going to get a little bit of a 2-3 zone here from the Riders to start out, which as we discussed, you can't let them beat you from the inside. 2-3 zone's usually a good way to do that. Really protects the paint, at least if it's played how most 2-3 zones are played. Got to pack it in, prevent guys from getting to the lane.
Gavin Dickey hits the backboard, no iron. Rough Riders have the rebound. They're coming the other way.
And there you go. That's a great possession for the Riders. Make them take a deep three.
Casey Gross. Drop it down the Dingledine, back to Meinerding. Meinerding ball fake.
Good pass.
Give it to Geiger. Goes up with a left-handed shot, rolls around, will not go. We got a foul on Meinerding.
Again, that's a really good zone possession there for the Riders.
Yes.
You have a nice cut there from Meinerding, and turns to face the rim, so he sees the floor. Good kick out, and that's a good shot from Geiger. You don't hit it, but it's a good look. If the Riders continue to get shots like that, they're probably going to be in this game.
Now the Riders did start a couple games early in the season in zone, and then kind of switched into more of a man. I think Coach Bargy even said at the time he wanted a little more pressure, a little more effort defensively early on. Now we're back here. I'm guessing, Derek, that Coach Bargy took a look at some stats as well.
Yeah, that's a good game plan.
Gavin Dickey with the basketball. Kick it over to Widener. Quellhorst with the three-point shot. That hits nothing, and we got a push. It's going to be on Casey Gross, I believe.
Feel
Force
bad
the
for
shot.
We'll see it right here.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for him that it was such a bad miss that he had no chance on that.
Quellhorst will give it to Dickey. Back to Quellhorst. Nice defense there by Clayton Rhodes. Stepped in front of the pass. And Gross will bring it up.
Good job reading the eyes there. The New Bremen player kind of stared him down a little bit. Telegraphed his pass and did a good job of sliding in, taking it away.
Kick it out to Gross.
It's almost like a 2-3, but
it kind of morphs in and out of a 3-2.
Yep.
Skip pass underneath and went to Geiger, hit off the rim. Meinerding's there to get it.
A good pass would have been a layup.
Dingeldine has it. Shot put up by Rhodes. Nope, it's nothing. Still no score on the Sean Barnett electrical scoreboard. And we've got a whistle and a foul. It's going to be called on Blake Dingeldine. That's the Rough Riders' third team foul.
St. Mary's foul number 1, Blake Dingeldine, his first, team second.
And quickly off the bench, here comes Odin Dixon.
Widener's going to head to the line here. 10 of 15 on the year, 66%. As we did mention in pregame, not a strong shooting team. So maybe not a bad foul there from Dingeldine.
Wyatt Widener, 5'10 sophomore, will get one more free throw. Got that one. And so New Bremen's on the board first. They lead 1-0 on the Sean Barnett electrical scoreboard. They're going to press the Rough Riders. And they steal the basketball. Here comes Gavin Dickey up off the glass, and just like that, 3-0.
Yep, and there's steal number 1. We talked about the Gavins with the defensive pressure, and steal number 1. There's steal number 2.
I see a timeout here probably pretty quickly.
Odin Dixon desperately needs some ball fakes here. He's trying to throw. It's 2 of them trying to throw over the top there. Really tough to do against a press. Just, you're going to have so many high hands when a team's pressing like that. Got to make bounce passes, and the Riders' spacing there wasn't great either. It didn't help him out a ton, but got to make a better pass.
Gavin Dickey hits the free throw. Here comes Aiden Meinerding in. Casey Gross will have a seat. Misses that. Hertenstein with the rebound. Geiger will give it to Dixon.
There you go, hit the middle.
Huck Hertenstein with it. Skip pass over to Meinerding. He's going to launch one up. Nope, off the back of the iron. Rebound comes down to Gavin Quellhorst. Quellhorst quickly up to Widener.
A pretty good scramble drill from the Riders there.
Shot put up by Nelson, no good. Rebound comes down to Dingeldine. 4:25 remaining here in the first quarter. Riders have yet to score.
Another use a bounce pass there from Dixon.
Hertenstein just saved it as another turnover. Here comes Widener off the glass, 2 more points. And we've got a timeout on the floor with a score on the Sean Barnett electrical scoreboard. Cardinals 6, Rough Riders nothing. We'll be back.
And speaking of great teams, St. Mary's Foundry would like to thank its very own team of hardworking employees for their loyalty and dedication. If you're looking for rewarding challenges and first-string wages and benefits, check us out at stmfoundry.com or on hometownopportunities.com. St. Mary's Foundry, where iron and ingenuity meet.
Miller Funeral Home has been serving the Rough Rider community in its time of need since the 70s. Our business is a family affair, dedicated to serving families with integrity, dignity, and compassion. Miller Funeral Home, proud to be a supporter of the Rough Rider community.
Fellowship of Christian Athletes is a middle school and high school club looking to spread God's love throughout numerous schools and communities of our local area. FCA's favorite play of the game is both teams joining together in prayer at the conclusion of the game. God bless you, sports fans.
4:03 remaining here in the first quarter from Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Rider Nation Station bringing you tonight's contest between the St. Mary's Rough Riders, New Bremen Cardinals. Glad to have you along wherever you may be watching tonight's ball game. 6-0, New Bremen leads. St. Mary's has yet to score.
Rich, keep that clip right there against the press. Got it.
Meinerding with the basketball, top of the key.
Yep, there you go. Hit the high post.
Kurtstein down below. Geiger. Dingeldine puts it on the floor. Has trouble with the basketball. Geiger's going to launch a three. Got it. So with 3:28 remaining in the first quarter, the Rough Riders get their first points on the scoreboard. 3-point shot by Caden Geiger.
There's really good ball movement from the Riders there.
3-point shot put up by number 24, who's in the ball game for New Bremen. That's Lucas Leonards.
Probably not the shot the Cardinals were looking for there, especially from a guy who's 2 of 7 from 3 on the year. Early in the possession, very deep, just not a good look.
Drop it down low to Dingeldine. Turn, he's double teamed there. Meinerding. Shot put up by Monfort. Nope, won't go. Dingeldine runs it down. Takes it to the paint, has it knocked around, and he throws it off of Jalen Powell.
It was a good take there from Dingeldine, created a little pressure. I think Riders needed maybe somebody to cut to the rim on that one. A lot of guys surrounding Dingeldine.
Shot up by Geiger. He's fouled in the act, so he'll go to the line and he'll shoot 2. And quickly off the bench, here comes Reese Howell. Well, he'll come in. Maybe he's coming in for the shooter.
Geiger coming into the game, very reliable free throw shooter, 85%, 23 of 27. He shot over a third of the Riders' total free throw attempts. So he's basically the only guy that reliably gets to the line.
And it's a good thing because he's
their best free throw shooter too.
Good free throw shooter.
Check that Reese Howell checked in for Aiden Meinerding. 6'4" on the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard. Gavin Dickey needs help. Give it to Leonards. Drop it into number 12. That's Ryan Licklider.
Give the Riders a lot of credit here in this 2-3 zone. They've done a really good job as they get a steal here.
Howell, shot put up, no foul. As Ryan Monfort has the ball knocked out of bounds.
See on the Larry Schaff replay here, yeah, I think as a clean block. I think that was a good call.
Huck Hertenstein puts one over the front lip of the rim, falls in for 2.
Sure, Coach Stevens can't be too happy with their baseline out-of-bounds defense there. They've played pretty good defense, yeah, for the most part, but giving up half their total points on just falling asleep on the baseline out-of-bounds.
Dickey back out to Leonards for a 3-point shot. Good. And just like that, New Bremen back up by 3. Geiger, Howell.
This looks like the 1-3-1 variety half-court trap.
Oh,
and another steal by New Bremen. Shot put up and is good by Widener.
Well, I said it before, and I'll say it again because it's important. Another trying to throw over the top against the press. That's where you get passes tipped. You got a ball fake and you got to make bounce passes.
Hertenstein for 3. Nope, misses nothing. Hits nothing. Here comes Widener. Gavin Dickey to Leonards. He's hot. Lucas Leonards with his second 3 and as many trips down the floor.
It's about time. Riders going to need to step out and guard him a little bit. And another, throwing it over the top.
Another
Can't
turnover.
do it.
Shot goes up and is in. That's Gavin Dickey.
Just can't do it against the press. You got a ball fake or bounce pass.
Hertenstein thought about 3, goes in, lays it up, got it. Nice move by Hertenstein.
Yep, really good ball fake.
Dickey back to Leonards.
And players have to be smart enough right now to say, okay, the guys.
Leonard's for three. Nope, that won't go. The horn sounds the end of the first quarter with the score on the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard. The New Bremen Cardinals 16, the Rough Riders 8. Back right after this.
Hold your horses, literally. Here comes Rocky, trotting in with some big news.
Yeehaw, Rider Nation. The Rider Rooters give back to every Rough Rider sports program.
That's right. Rider Rooters help supply gear, scoreboards, and the extras our athletes need to succeed. So saddle up and purchase your Rider Rooter membership, because here at St. Mary's, riders ride together.
Thank you for your support. Go Riders!
I'm Larry Gruber, longtime educator and St. Mary's wrestling coach.
If you're in need for any electrical upgrades, whether big or small, for your business or home, reach out to Sean Barnett Electrical at 567-259-8343.
Trying to do electrical work on your own can be shocking and painful.
Wow! Hi, I'm Sean Barnett with Sean Barnett Electrical for your home or your business, and I do support this pinch.
16-8, the New Bremen Cardinals are on top on the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard. We're getting ready for second quarter action. Kelly, any numbers that stick out?
Well, obviously the 5 turnovers for St. Mary's, but the types of turnovers are vicious. They're live ball, easy open court layups.
Meinerding, Gross. Diving on the floor, we've got a whistle and a jump ball. The possession arrow favors the New Bremen Cardinals, so they'll have possession. Caden Geiger checks in for St. Mary's. Ryan Monfort will sit down.
And you got to give a lot of credit to New Bremen defensively. You know, the really active hands. They're putting a lot of ball pressure on the Riders. A lot of these aren't unforced turnovers, but just turnovers you can't have.
Nice give and go. 2 points by Gavin Dickey. You can see it there on our Larry Schaff Auto Sale instant replay.
A nice little left-handed finish, kind of leaning out there.
Another turnover.
Another live ball
Here
turnover.
Dickey. Shuffling underneath the Quell horse, back to Dickey. Shot put up by Whipper, no good.
Yeah, there you go. Hit the short corner.
Another turnover by the Rough Riders. Here's Dickey in the paint. Quellhorse stops and pops from the right. Nope, won't go. Rebound comes down to Casey Gross. We've got a whistle and a foul. Rough Riders will have it. Foul's going to be called on Gavin Dickey, the 6'1 junior.
And good job there from Gross. You know, get the rebound, kind of push the tempo a little bit. Not necessarily to score, but before they can set up the press. It's much easier to go against the press when they haven't set it up. There you go.
Hey,
good
nice
bounce pass. Really good wraparound bounce pass. That's what you got to do. Can't try to throw it high. Bounce passes and throwing it into the middle.
Meinerding. Gross in the corner to Hertenstein. Skip pass over to Geiger. Good defense by the Cardinals. Shot point up, 3-point goal, and that won't go. Rebound underneath. Clayton Rhodes doing battle under there with a big timber.
Doing a good job ripping down the rebound, being strong. Had about 3 Cardinals all around him there.
Fouls on Wyatt Widener. His first, team second.
Be really nice if the Cardinals fall asleep on the baseline out of bounds again here. Easy bucket for the Riders.
Gross goes up with a shot. High archer counted. And he's fouled.
On cue.
And Gross will go to the line.
Another one.
Cardinal foul, number 2, Gavin Wellhorst, his first, team's third.
Majority of the Rider points here.
Foul was on Gavin Quellhorst, his first, and Gross makes it a 3-point play.
Only the 5th free throw attempt on the season for Gross, now a 4 of 5, respectable 80%.
Shot put up by Quellhorst, hits nothing.
I live with that. That did not look good from Quellhorst.
Here comes the Riders the other way. Casey Gross will set up the offense.
The Riders have been very patient.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. They're doing a nice job. They're by no means need to panic. Get good shots. You're only down 7.
Dingledine has the ball blocked by Aaron Whipker, the 6'4 senior. Kick it over to Leonards. He had a couple of threes in the first quarter.
Dingledine probably needed a good ball fake. I'm sure he's probably a lot quicker than Whipker, but get a ball fake.
Shot up by Whipker. It's good. He was fouled. Foul's going to be on Huck Hertenstein.
Hertenstein wasn't happy with that call, but unfortunately the right call. He's kind of late to the spot. Hit him as he's going up. Old-fashioned 3 attempts.
Missed it.
Nowhere close.
Clayton Rhodes with the rebound. Give it to Gross.
New Bremen's really living up to their stats here at the free throw line. Really struggle. It'd kind of be an out-of-reach game almost for the Riders if the Cardinals knock down some of their free throws.
And Coach Stevens talked about that prior to the game. He said, we got to shoot better.
There you go. Hit the high post.
But you just can't tell somebody, hey, you got to shoot better. It's got to be something that you work on and comes along.
Dingledine goes up with a shot. He was tied up, but he's fouled. He's going to go to the line.
Really good job. I really like the jump stop there from Dingledine. Too many players nowadays just love to go to the rim and just jump at the rim all the time. Really good job setting his feet, gathering himself, go up strong.
Dingledine misses the first.
Dingledine's has the second most free throw attempts on the season to Geiger, but unlike Geiger, pretty poor free throw shooter, only 52% going into the year. Good cut.
Nice
there.
quick pass. Leonards with the basketball. Quellhorst back to Leonards.
Good job from Dingledine sliding in as a number 12 back cut there.
If you're watching, Dingledine and Rhodes both are doing a really nice job of talking back there, both of them.
Licklider has the ball knocked out of bounds. Jalen Powell and Gavin Dickey checking. Something I thought of. One thing that the Riders, because they do not take the ball to the basket, they don't get their opponent in any foul trouble.
True.
So they stay on the floor. If you could get somebody if you could get Whipker with 3 fouls, he's going to set the bench for a while. Good job by the New Bremen Cardinals on the board. Backdoor shot put up and
good block.
Blocked.
Hertenstein covered a lot of ground there. Rhodes grabbed the rebound.
Rhodes goes up
Good
strong.
pass.
Nice shot.
A really good find there from Hertenstein. Face the rim after catching at the high post. Then, you're right. Good, strong finish at the rim from Rhodes.
Shot put up by Jalen Powell is good.
There you go, pass fake. Get the pass fake.
Take that right there, that
yeah,
possession.
We'll clip that one.
Yep.
Another easy basket off a turnover by Leonards.
That's the third time Dixon's tried to pass over the top, and it leads to a layup for the Cardinals. 4.
We've got a timeout on the floor called by St. Mary's. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey there, Rough Rider Country. If you need a van, truck, car, SUV, motorcycle, camper, boat, or any other form of transportation, come on down to Schaff Auto Sales. I know you got vehicle needs, and I got needs too. I need to know that you got the right kind of truck to get the job done. And I need to know that you got a fun set of wheels to cruise around in. And I need to know that your kids are safe when you take them for a ride.
Thanks, Aaron High, the car guy.
I'm Aaron High, the car guy with Schaff Auto Sales. I sell cars to Rough Rider fans, because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.
2:10 remaining here in the first half from Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Rider Nation Station bringing you tonight's contest between the Cardinals of New Bremen and the Riders of St. Mary's.
Gross got the right idea there. When teams are in that 1-2-2, 1-3-1 press, you got to attack it. Bingo.
Casey Gross for 3. That's his 6th point of the night.
That was a big shot for the Riders.
Yeah, they got to keep in touch here. You know, stay within range of making a comeback.
We got a whistle and a foul called on the floor.
The unfortunate thing is defensively the Riders have really done a pretty good job, but you know they've given up 10, 12 points in layups off of turnovers. And you know, take those away and suddenly it's a game. You know, it's really, really tight. But as it is, the Cardinals have a pretty comfortable lead here.
Got a charge foul.
And I think that was probably a good call. Reese Howe did a really good job of sliding in front on the drive here you see on the Schaff replay. And I think there was at least
extension.
Yeah, a little extension from Licklider there. Just enough to get it called. There you go. Good bounce pass from Meinerding.
Coach Bruce Brown used to have whole practices where we would run drills, and he would tell the girls nothing but bounce passes are allowed. And if they threw something else, they were running. But it drilled bounce passing in these situations. Kind of old school, but yeah, bounce passes are.
And it's tough. If you watch the Riders, every time they catch it, Dingledine does it there, Howell does it, they immediately put the ball over their head. So it makes it tough to not make over-the-head high passes. Riders probably got away with a little bit of a foul there, but we'll take it.
New Bremen turns it over. Rough Riders coming the other way. We're under a minute at 55 seconds remaining here in the first half.
You'll see it. If you watch the Riders, all of them a lot of times catch it, immediately put the ball over their head. So it makes it really tough to make bounce passes, at least without telegraphing it, because you don't have it at your hip where you can either make a high pass or a low pass. The defense knows where you're going to throw it if you're going to throw it.
Yeah, we always used to rip on the kids for what we called an overhead bounce pass, which usually meant rocking it at their feet.
And the ball's just taken right out of Geiger's hand. Goes up, shot put up by Quellhorst is good.
Quellhorst did a nice job of maintaining body control on that layup.
It was a good step through from Howell there.
Whistle and a foul is going to be on 22. That's Jalen Powell.
Should send Howell to the line here. Got 5th team foul here. Be the first free throw attempt on the season for Mr. Howell.
But like you said, Derek, a really nice job of stepping through the trap.
Yeah, he kind of got thrown the ball in a really tough spot there, right in the
dead man's corner.
Yeah, in the dead man's corner. And so he had really no other options because Geiger hadn't yet crossed half court, so he couldn't throw it to him. So he had to break the trap himself, and he did what you're exactly supposed to do. You just rip through it, kind of lead with your elbow a little bit, and force your way through it. And if you get through, it's usually going to be a foul.
Right.
So you did the right thing.
Howell hits one of two. 29-18 on the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard. 27 seconds remaining here in the first half. We'll see if New Bremen plays for one shot.
Assume the Cardinals are going to be playing for last shot.
Drop it down low to Dickey. We got whistles and fouls.
Not a bad foul.
Yeah, yep. You got another foul to give now. Now that is two on Hertenstein, so you maybe think about subbing him here. That being said, you still have another foul to give. So as long as you don't have two fouls, use it if somebody gets in a good offensive spot.
Good anticipation by Reese Howell on that
one.
Oh,
no. That's garbage.
Lucas Leonard hits one at the buzzer. A three-point shot. That'll end the first half with a score. The New Bremen Cardinals 32. The St. Mary's Rough Riders 18. We'll take a break. We'll come back with halftime right after this.
Hi, I'm Jay Gibson, proud owner of Varsity Lanes since 2003. Visit Varsity Lanes for exceptional fun and mouth-watering food. Opt for our classic ham and cheese or choose from various other delectable options. Every Friday night, join Rough Rider fans in the lounge for food, drinks, and St. Mary's football. Can't make it? Takeout and delivery services available. Varsity Lanes is your go-to spot for daily lunch specials and dinner options. Whether you dine in, take out, or opt for delivery, Varsity Lanes, locally owned and operated, and the home of state bowling champions, and where amazing dining meets fun. Tempted? Visit or call us now. Have you made the call yet?
Buffalo Wild Wings in St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider Athletics and the Memorial Student Athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game, streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports.
TSC has streaming television services available in the Gigahood, delivered over our blazing fast fiber internet. Choose TV to fit your family's needs. Enjoy our basic package with all the local channels, or try the extended basic package with sports, news, music, and family entertainment. Download the Your TV Green app and use your Amazon Fire Stick to start watching today. Still need internet? Go to www.telcirco.com and choose the Connect Me button to complete the fiber connection form, and we'll take care of the rest.
The St. Mary's Memorial High School Alumni Foundation is proud to support St. Mary's athletics. We invite you to become a member of the Alumni Foundation by checking out our website at www.mhsaf.com or checking us out on Facebook. Good luck, Riders.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robert Spees. Welcome to Spees Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
As a family practice, Spees Chiropractic welcomes in patients of all ages. Whether this is your first time or you've done this before, Dr. Spees and his compassionate staff are here for you. What makes Spees Chiropractic unique is their three-tier approach. By using chiropractic care alongside massage therapy and physical therapy, all your healthcare needs will be treated compassionately and comprehensively. Spees Chiropractic. Make the right choice for your care.
The importance of quality driver's education for our teens is essential. Capabilities has provided classroom and in-car driving instruction for St. Mary's and surrounding communities for over 20 years. Live classroom and online options are available for our students. Capabilities also administers the Ohio BMV driver's exam for our students and the general public. Contact Capabilities today to learn more about our driver's education services.
Well, we're back here at halftime. The St. Mary's Riders trailing the New Bremen Cardinals here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court, 32-18. You know, as we came into tonight, we talked about several things, and we talked about rebounding. I think the Riders have done a good job. I would guess that the stats are going to bear it out here. But we talked about rebounding, and then we talked about turnovers, and that's really been the key here so far for the Riders. And, we mentioned it several times, but maybe worth explaining about live ball turnovers versus dead ball turnovers. Live ball turnovers are going to be when you turn it over and the other team immediately takes possession and can go the other direction. And there have been a lot of live ball turnovers that immediately lead to points for the Cardinals, at least 10, 12 points worth for New Bremen, meaning the Riders have defended pretty well.
I've been very impressed.
Yeah, in the half court.
In their half court.
But
right.
You can't play defense when you're trailing the guy by 5 feet as he lays it in. So turnovers are the huge killer, and we'll go to stats here, and I'm sure it'll be kind of eye-opening.
Okay, so for the Cardinals, led in scoring by Gavin Dickey with 11 points, Aaron Webker 2, Widener 5, Jaden Powell 3, and Lucas Leonard 11. But of those points, here's the one stat that I'm looking at that's just saying this is crazy. 9 of 11 from twos. 9 of 11 from twos.
Yeah, you only do that when you're shooting from 3 foot and in.
Right. Those are point blank range. Gavin Dickey, and I haven't kept track of steals.
Okay.
Sometimes too.
He's had at least 3.
For me. And he is 5 of 5 from 2.
Yeah.
So, and again, we talked before the game. He's senior steal out there.
Yeah.
It's translating into layups at the other end. So, huge statistic there. The other points are kind of similar to what we expected from them. They are 4 of 11 from 3 for 36%, and 2 of 5 from the free throw line.
And it should be probably 3 of 11. The
last one,
yeah. Let's be brutally honest. That was a garbage shot. So
yeah, that's one where you go, oh, okay, thank you, and go home. But if you look offensively, the Cardinals have had only 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go quickly so we can get into the telestrator. For the Riders, Dingledine with 1, Geiger with 4, Reese Howe with 1, Clayton Rhodes 2, Casey Gross leading the way for the Riders right now with 6 points, and Huck Kurtenstein with 4. The Riders are 4 of 8 from the field, and 2 of 7 from three-point line, 4 of 7 from the free throw line. But the big thing that they have right now is 11 turnovers.
Yeah.
And
too many.
11 turnovers is too many.
It's the difference.
So, okay, we're gonna transition just a little bit here into one of our telestrator clips. And what we have right now is the Riders on offense, and we talk a lot up here in the booth about the short corner. And the Riders are doing a pretty good job of this right now, of exploring the short corner. And the reason it is really, really important is because if you look at the Cardinal defense, they are really high.
They're kind of playing, for basketball junkies, they're playing the Syracuse 2-3 of really far out, where it almost looks like can look like a 3-2 or even a 4-1, because those wing guys just get really far out at the perimeter here. So you got 4 guys above the volleyball line.
Right here and right here. They're really high, and normally in most zones these guys are back here.
Right.
And so because of that, the Riders need to attack in a couple of different places. They need to find the soft spots of the zone. This is one of them. If you look, they're really, really spread out here wide. So let's go for the middle, and then also attack down here at this short corner. And by doing that, if Dingledine drops down here to the short corner, then
you force somebody to make a decision.
Somebody's got to make a decision.
Because if you just hit the true corner, if you just hit the true corner back here, it's easy for Powell to slide down and take that and you're not making your center guy here make a decision. He can still guard this, but if you go to the short corner, you make one of those guys take it. It's not a natural position. That's why it's so important.
Now the Riders have done, as we hit play here, have done a pretty decent job, I thought, of attacking it.
We got a good possession here for the Riders.
Hold on, got to go direction change here. Okay, here we go. And we'll watch the Riders as they attack and see if they're getting into that short corner. You got
hit the high post, hit the short corner.
That was beautiful. I'm going to pause it right there. Whoops. We're for our viewers here, we're experimenting with new technology, so we're not necessarily okay. And look right here, then this is going to open up. Got to hit my button here. Right here, defender now has to defend Hertenstein. That's a short corner there. And so he's got to make a decision. Do I guard him or do I guard Caden Geiger out here? So short corner is really, really important for the Riders to attack. And we also talked about hitting that soft spot in the middle. Again, hitting that middle makes that guy have to come up and defend. And,
Yeah, the Riders, as we said, just in the half court need to be better once they get into half court, not turning it over beforehand, but making good bounce passes so that they can get it to the free throw line there, get it to the short corner so that they can make the New Bremen defense play in conflict. And then they get good shots.
So, yeah, it's going to be a matter of can the Riders get the ball to half court and get into the half court offense.
All righty, we're back to action here. Second half getting started. Riders have the basketball. This Geiger will trigger it into Gross. Far side, it goes to Meinerding. New Bremen still in their zone.
There you go.
Boy, we just talked about that one. Yeah. Man, we look like Mike Fratello here.
I don't know.
That was a nice move.
Hertenstein high off the glass. It will not fall, but nice shot. Cardinals, nice block by Hertenstein.
Hertenstein wanted to retain possession here. We'll see it on the replay. Oh, he might have had a case there. I think it might have come off of the Bremen player's head.
Quillhorse with the basketball, throws it.
And Hertenstein does lead the Riders in blocks. Yeah. Huddle is not great at picking up blocks, but I do know that he is leading them in blocks.
Well, the turnover will give the ball back to the Rough Riders. A rare turnover, by the way, for the New Bremen Cardinals. Hertenstein loses the handle, picks it up, looks down low, has the ball knocked around. Riders pick it up. Meinerding, a couple of steps, swing it to the right to Geiger.
I would like that high post person to look at attacking the basket.
Meinerding's three-point goal won't go. Hertenstein is battling for the rebound, comes off to Aaron Whipker. Here comes the Cardinals the other way. Whipker to Nelson.
Riders in a man here.
Yeah. Thought it might have just been a baseline out of bounds thing, but it must be their defensive strategy here in the second half.
Gavin to Gavin.
And to be fair, you're down 14.
Correct.
That you're probably saying we have to maybe generate some turnovers, which, 2 possessions, 2 turnovers here. For the Cardinals, zones kind of lend themselves to slower possessions. You got to make up a lot of ground here if you're the Riders. So I do understand the strategy a little bit.
Meinerding throws the high pass again, and it's goes out of bounds, and Bremen couldn't control the basketball. So it sails out of bounds. It'll be Rough Rider ball with 6:14 remaining here in the third.
And Derek, that was another example of catching it and bringing the ball high on
Yep.
the reversal instead
Yeah.
of keeping it low.
Attack.
Yep.
Dingledine kicks it back out. Geiger, he gets the ball back, goes into paint, goes up with a shot. Nice step out by Hertenstein. Dingledine.
Now kick it out.
Triple team, needs help. Kick it back out to Meinerding. Another turnover by the Rough Riders. New Bremen coming the other direction. Shot up and is good by Gavin Dickey.
There you go. Got to attack. There you go. There it is.
Nice little jumper by Huck Hertenstein. That's his 6th point.
Riders, you know, if New Bremen's going to do that little 1-2-2 trap, you know, the three-quarter, you know, half-court, three-quarter court, 1-2-2 trap. Once you break that first trap right as you cross half court, you got to attack because you're then playing 4-on-3. And if you're not punishing them for trapping and gambling, then they're just going to keep turning you over and turning you over.
Good defense by Meinerding.
Nice hustle.
Stepped on the line before he got to the basketball.
Especially when you're down 14, you know, you need to score quick here. And the easiest way to do that is breaking the trap, score. Break the trap, score.
Nelson with the basketball. Give it to Widener. Back down to Nelson. Nice give and go. Widener goes up with a shot off the glass in 2. Nice little give and go there. You'll see it there on our Larry Schaff Auto Sale instant replay.
Yeah, that's a really nice finish from Widener. You know, finishing over a long, lanky 6'5" guy with your offhand, kind of reaching out.
Dingledine off the glass, whistle, foul.
Nice,
He'll
nice
shoot
pass.
2.
Nice pass. And again, that's really hitting the 2 areas that we talked about at halftime. Hitting that soft spot in the middle and then Dingledine cutting to the basket off that short corner.
Yeah.
I believe the foul was on Nelson. Dingledine at the line. First one up is no good. Here comes Reese Howell. Meinerding will sit. Dingledine misses them both. Rebound by Whipker. Comes Gavin Dickey with the basketball. Quellhorse has it. Drop it down to Gavin Dickey in the paint. Fall away jumper, got it.
It's a tough shot.
Sweet move.
Little fade away. Through contact. He's leading the way with 15 big points tonight.
And it's not even bad defense from Howell.
No. Oh, good fake. Good fake by Howell.
Really good there. That's like textbook there from Howell. You know, pivot, pass fake. You know, that's what you got to do against traps. When teams press and trap, they want you to panic and throw it quickly.
Huck Hertenstein gets the bounce off the back of the iron and falls straight through. 8 points for Hertenstein. Shot put up by Quellhorse, it falls in. So they answer quickly.
We talked about, you know, Riders maybe wanting to make the game a little faster paced. However, they're not getting many stops here defensively in the man.
Howell. Hertenstein shot won't go. Rebound comes down to Whipker. Dickey to Whipker. Little finger roll, falls short. Rhodes with the rebound. There's Howell.
Looked like a little George Gervin there on the drive. Finger roll.
Yeah, not an easy finish. Yeah, it's probably a good call.
Dingledine's going to get tagged with a charge.
See on the shaft replay, it looked like a good call. Yeah, that's a good call. Looked like it was pretty good position there from Webker.
Bunch of subs here. Good luck keeping up with them all.
Jalen Powell's back in the ball game. Also Ryan Licklider. For the Rough Riders, Clayton Rhodes is in. And we got a timeout on the floor with the score. The Cardinals 40, the Rough Riders 22. Back in a moment.
St. Mary's traditions include football, SMAB, and Fowler's TV. Founded in 1957 by Richard and Peggy, Fowler's TV is celebrated, like a Rough Rider first down, for its dedication to high-quality electronics, custom installations of indoor and outdoor TVs, Sonos sound systems, surveillance systems, and so much more. With 12 months of special financing available on approved credit, shopping local has never been better. Fowler's knowledgeable and friendly staff uphold the tradition of exceptional customer care, servicing only what they sell with the same or next day service.
2:14 remaining here in the third quarter. 40-22 Cardinals lead on the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard. Cardinals will have the basketball as Aaron Whipker will trigger it in to Lucas Leonards.
Leonards with 11 points on the night for the Cardinals.
Licklider picks it up, gives the ball to Whipker. Fouls on Clayton Rhodes.
Few more subs for the Cardinals.
Gavin Dickey with the basketball, drives paint, kick it out to Leonards. Leonards kick it to Jalen Powell. Drives the paint, goes up with the right hand, got it.
Defensively there, just slow, Geiger there is slow on the help side. Shouldn't be able to go from the three-point line all the way to the rim with no real resistance.
Dingeldine needs help, gives it to Minerding, shot up, rolls out. Dingeldine gets the rebound. Back to Minerding. That's short. Rhodes with it, goes up with a shot. Nope, that won't go. Rebound comes down to Leonards. New Bremen's coming the other way. Lob down to Licklider.
Oh, that should have been a double dribble there on Powell, and should have been a double dribble again. He balanced himself with the ball after he picked it up. Also a double dribble. 2 missed calls from the officials.
Finally caught him. Number 34 in the ball game for New Bremen. That's Tommy McNaughton.
Yep, see right there, puts the ball on the floor to catch himself. Also a double dribble.
45 seconds remaining here in the third.
Oh, good pass
nice
there
pass,
from Leonards.
and couldn't finish.
I think he got hacked and didn't get another missed call.
Minerding, kick it over to Gross. Back to Minerding, top of the key. Howell, drop it down to Geiger.
Good movement there. Riders got a good possession going here.
Gross with a three-point shot. Nope, back of the iron, rebound. Nope, won't go. Here, you're fighting for it. Good job by Howell. Minerding, we're down to 6 seconds.
Hopefully they have an awareness of the clock. He got
shot put up, and it will not go. That's the end of the third quarter with the score On the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard, the New Bremen Cardinals 42, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 22. We'll be back with the final quarter right after this.
Albert Sporting Goods, outfitting your team since 1980. Our products consist of individual and team equipment for all community organizations, club teams, high school and collegiate sports. We personalize your gear with embroidery, screen printing, digitizing, and graphic design with on-site services to deliver quality uniforms, spirit wear, and fulfill every equipment need. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com.
Back with the final 8 here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbut alongside my colleagues, Derek and Kelly J. Glad to have you along. It's been a rough one for the Rough Riders. It's been a struggle. They find themselves down by 20 with 8 minutes remaining.
Just a rough quarter offensively for the Riders. Only scored 4 points there in the quarter. Just not going to get it done.
Shot put up by Leonard's no good. Another 3-point shot up by Leonard's. Nope, that won't go. Rebound comes down to Geiger.
Maybe the basketball gods there, after banking in that 3, said, all right, you're due to miss a couple there.
You're done. Dingledine goes up and he's fouled. And as he goes to the line, I'll mention a couple of program notes. Next week, January 6th, Tuesday, Thursday, January 8th, we'll have girls basketball for you here on Rider Nation Station. As on Tuesday, the girls will host Spencerville, and on Thursday, they'll be in Western Buckeye League play as they take on Defiance. Next week here on Rider Nation Station.
Free throw, Blake Dingledine.
Dingledine hits the first. That's his second point of the ball game.
Free throw, Dingledine.
Well, Horse. Widener with the basketball. Shot put up by Leonards, and they're going to count it.
You talked about that jump stop right there, textbook.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Nice ball fake, gets Geiger up in the air.
And did a really good job there, kind of lean in a little bit into Geiger, drawing the contact. Yeah, that was a very, very nice drive. And then just very, very, very grounded finish, using his body well.
That is point number 14 for Leonards, the junior for the Cardinals.
Doubling his average. Came in at averaging about 7. A good cross-court pass there. Find an open Geiger, the backside of the zone.
This shot rebound comes bound to the Riders. Hertenstein.
Oh, too late.
Yep.
It was there. He was about half a second late on the pass. Oh, good defense there from Geiger. Anticipation.
That was going to be on Wyatt Widener. That's his second. Ball. Here comes New Bremen on the turnover. Widener down the paint goes Quellhorst. Nope, that won't go. Minerding with the rebound.
I think there's a lot of contact there. Quellhorst going to the rim.
Coach Stevens is a little upset about it, and I think he had just
it
cause
looks
for
like
that.
there's a lot of up on his left hand there.
Shot put up by Geiger, won't go. Widener.
Defensively, defensive quality for both teams has really dropped these last 3-4 minutes of the game here. A lot of blown assignments, losing some defensive intensity and focus, seems like.
A little Olay, letting people just drive by him with the ball.
Yeah, not a lot of help side, not a lot of discipline there.
Quellhorst to Widener. Nope, won't go. Rebound. Here comes Geiger. Bounce pass was for Hertenstein. It's stolen. Another turnover for the Rough Riders.
Yeah, just forcing a little bit too much there from Geiger. That's a low percentage pass.
New Bremen wants a timeout on the floor with the score. The Cardinals 45, the Rough Riders 27. We'll be right back.
Albert Sporting Goods, outfitting your team since 1980. Our products consist of individual and team equipment for all community organizations, club teams, high school and collegiate sports. We personalize your gear with embroidery, screen printing, digitizing and graphic design with on-site services to deliver quality uniforms, spirit wear, and fulfill every equipment need. Order online now at albertsportinggoods.com.
And speaking of great teams, St. Mary's Foundry would like to thank its very own team of hardworking employees for their loyalty and dedication. If you're looking for rewarding challenges and first-string wages and benefits, check us out at stmfoundry.com or on hometownopportunities.com. St. Mary's Foundry, where iron and ingenuity meet.
4:47 remaining here in the ball game. Want to pass it along. There was a freshman game earlier tonight to start this triple header off here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. The freshmen lost. The New Bremen JVs beat St. Mary's by a score of 51-46, and the Riders are trailing here, and it looks like it could be a clean sweep for the New Bremen Cardinals here tonight. We got a whistle.
I think a holding foul.
Fouls on Reese Howell.
Yeah, he was
Looked
getting
like
a little zealous back there.
Looked like they're Ohio State linemen when they were trying to
hold on to Reuben Bain. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was going to say there's another one. Got beat with the old pick the picker there.
That's an old school play.
Casey Gross picks up the foul.
Another one right there.
Oh, he had it if he'd have cut.
Yep.
If he'd have cut, he was open.
He kind of made a really banana cut.
Yeah.
Gavin Dickey goes to the hole. He's fouled.
St. Mary's foul, number 12, Cale Rice. His first, team scored.
Gavin Dickey sitting at 15 points for tonight.
Again, not a strong free throw shooter, 62% on the season. But getting there a bunch, 24 attempts on the year.
And he's done a nice job tonight.
He attacks the rim a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Free throw missed. Offensive rebound, stick back put up by Ryan Licklider.
Got away with one there, trying to pass over the top again.
There was a bounce pass.
Shot put up, three-point shot, nope, won't go. Ball sails out of bounds. Last touch by the Rough Riders. 4:04 remaining. Riders going to apply some pressure here. Force the Cardinals to turn the basketball over, which they've done a pretty good job. Dickey takes it to the lane. Finger roll over the front of the iron is 2 more. Pretty play. They just beat the Riders down the floor on defense.
Yeah. Oh,
there's another one.
One, 2 kind of getting to the Riders here into the fourth quarter. Did pretty well in the third quarter, not turn it over quite as much. Couldn't score, but didn't turn it over. However, turnovers mounting here in the fourth. Good pass.
Boy, Reese Howell's head came back like it was on a swivel. Watch his head. Boom.
Must have got hit pretty good. You're right. He recoiled pretty hard.
Foul was on Gavin Quellhorst. That's his second personal foul, team's third.
That's a lazy pass.
Yeah. There's a good hustle back there from Casey Gross.
Nice block by Casey Gross. Sails out of bounds. New Bremen will have it underneath their own basket. 3:09 remaining.
Yeah, good block.
Leonard's with 16 points on that bucket.
They booted it. St. Mary's will retain possession. 2 players coming in for New Bremen.
Well, subbing here.
Widener and Nelson as Quellhorst and Dickey check out. St. Mary's is clearing their bench as well.
Some new faces for the Riders here tonight.
Got John Youngs as one of them, number 10. Looks like Bruno Cobundi getting some time in.
And Caden Ibarra.
Some freshman Ibarra and some sophomores with the other 2.
Shot was put up, missed. Here comes New Bremen. Here comes Nelson. Pass was intended for Licklider, goes out of bounds. Rough Riders will have the basketball.
Coach Stevens also looks like going to be heading to his bench here a little bit.
And Coach Stevens talked about how the fact that they've taken good care of the ball this year so far. And
another turnover.
I'm not trying to jinx them, but they're sitting at 6 turnovers on the night.
Yeah,
that's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, looking at stats going into the game, we'd seen they're averaging around 7 turnovers a game, or no, it was around 10 turnovers a game, and I almost thought that was a little bit of a misnomer, or Huddle wasn't calculating it correctly, but after watching the Cardinals play tonight, it's probably fairly accurate. They hang on to the ball pretty well. Which is especially impressive, too, as a team that attacks the rim as much as they do. Usually teams that play a little more perimeter basketball of just shooting threes turn over the ball a lot less. But the Cardinals attack the rim, which usually leads to more turnovers, but they take care of the ball well.
We'll step away for a quick break. We'll come right back.
Miller Funeral Home has been serving the Rough Rider community in its time of need since the 70s. Our business is a family affair, dedicated to serving families with integrity, dignity, and compassion. Miller Funeral Home, proud to be a supporter of the Rough Rider community.
Fellowship of Christian Athletes is a middle school and high school club looking to spread God's love throughout numerous schools and communities of our local area. FCA's favorite play of the game is both teams joining together in prayer at the conclusion of the game. God bless you, sports fans.
1:15 remaining in the basketball contest. New Bremen has this one easily in hand, 55-27 on the Sean Barnett Electrical scoreboard. A lot of substitutions on the floor. We'll do our best to bring them to you. Shot put up, nope, won't go. Rebound comes down to Nelson. Knocked out of bounds.
St. Mary's foul, number 12, Kale Rice, his second, team's fifth.
Nelson heading to the line here. Or no, Licklider? Is that
Licklider.
Yep. Licklider to the line. 70% on the year, 7 of 10. Obviously now 7 of 11. Definitely, you know, if we're talking things to improve on if you're the New Bremen Cardinals. You know, we talked about the turnovers being a really strong point. Perimeter shooting okay. Free throw shooting very poor.
Yeah.
Something to work on as the rest of the season goes on. Especially, you know, as a team that's, you know, about to become 6-2. You know, you're probably going to be leading late into games. So you're going to be shooting free throws when you have especially closer leads. You know, today St. Mary's isn't going to foul, but, you know, if it's a 6 to 10 point game or so, you know, you're fouling at the end of games, trying to get back in. So you shoot a lot of free throws. But the Riders or the Cardinals will really struggle to win games shooting 58%.
We always talk here in the booth about that.
Right.
About down the stretch, it comes down to turnovers, rebounds, and free throw shooting.
I think the only thing in doubt right now is the final score. 2 points for the Rough Riders. It's going to end 56-29.
Oh, no.
So a clean sweep for the New Bremen Cardinals tonight as they win the freshman game, the JV game, and the varsity game. We're going to step away. We're going to gather up some statistics. We'll be back to share them with you and wrap things up from Grand Lake Health Systems Court right after this.
Hold your horses, literally. Here comes Rocky, trotting in with some big news.
Yeehaw, Rider Nation. The Rider Rooters give back to every Rough Rider sports program.
That's right. Rider Rooters help supply gear, scoreboards, and the extras our athletes need to succeed. So saddle up and purchase your Rider Rooter membership, because here at St. Mary's, Riders ride together.
Thank you for your support. Go Riders!
I'm Larry Gruber, longtime educator and St. Mary's wrestling coach.
If you're in need for any electrical upgrades, whether big or small, for your business or home, reach out to Sean Barnett Electrical at 567-259-8343.
Trying to do electrical work on your own can be shocking and painful.
Wow! Hi, I'm Sean Barnett with Sean Barnett Electrical for your home or your business, and I do support this pinch.
Hey there, Rough Rider Country. If you need a van, truck, car, SUV, motorcycle, camper, boat, or any other form of transportation, come on down to Schaff Auto Sales. I know you got vehicle needs, and I got needs too. I need to know that you got the right kind of truck to get the job done. And I need to know that you got a fun set of wheels to cruise around in. And I need to know that your kids are safe when you take them for a ride.
Thanks, Aaron High, the car guy.
I'm Aaron High, the car guy with Schaff Auto Sales. I sell cars to Rough Rider fans, because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.
Hi, I'm Jay Gibson, proud owner of Varsity Lanes since 2003. Visit Varsity Lanes for exceptional fun and mouth-watering food. Opt for our classic ham and cheese, or choose from various other delectable options. Every Friday night, join Rough Rider fans in the lounge for food, drinks, and St. Mary's football. Can't make it? Takeout and delivery service is available. Varsity Lanes is your go-to spot for daily lunch specials and dinner options. Whether you dine in, take out, or opt for delivery, Varsity Lanes, locally owned and operated, and the home of state bowling champions, and where amazing dining meets fun. Tempted? Visit or call us now. Have you made the call yet?
We did.
Buffalo Wild Wings in St. Mary's, proud to support Rough Rider athletics and the Memorial Student Athletes. Join Buffalo Wild Wings for each Rough Riders football game, streamed on Rider Nation Station. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, drinks, sports.
Alrighty, we welcome you back once again, one final time here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court. Joe Hurlbert alongside Derek and Kelly J. Kelly, let's take a look at some of the numbers.
Okay, for the Rough Riders, rough scoring night tonight, Blake Dingledine with 3 points, Caden Geiger with 7, Reese Howe with 1, Clayton Rhodes 2, Casey Gross 6, Bruno Klabunde right there at the end of the game came in with 2, and leading the way for the Rough Riders was Huck Hertenstein with 8 points. The Riders were 10 of 32 for 31% from the field, 3 of 14 for 21% from three-point line, and 6 of 11 from the free throw line for 54%. The big statistic for the Rough Riders tonight was the 21 turnovers. Obviously, 21 possessions, and as we have talked extensively and during the game, a lot of them were just live ball turnovers and led to easy layups. Yeah. All right, for the victorious New Bremen Cardinals, Gavin Quellhorst with 4, actually below his scoring average. Gavin Dickey with a big 17 for the night on 8 of 11 shooting. Aaron Webker with 2, Ryan Lichtleiter with 5, Wyatt Widner, getting my names here, with 7, Jalen Powell with 5, Lucas Lennertz with 16, total 56 points, 24 of 43 for 56% from the field, 4 of 14, which kind of followed with their original statistics, for 29% from the three-point line, 4 of 10 from the free throw line, again similar to their pregame statistics, were for 40%. Remarkable, stayed in single digits in turnovers with 7 turnovers, and one of them was right there at the end with the subs. So a really nice floor game by the Cardinals, got scoring by everybody, really nice defensive effort from them, and so they definitely earned that. Obviously, coach can go back and say, okay, we got a few things that we can work on, but he's got to be happy with the effort defensively that they have, and go back to the practice and say, hey, here's what we got to work on. They returned to action on got to get my dates here.
January 16th.
No, on the 3rd, January the 3rd, which will be Saturday, against tomorrow. That's tomorrow. Yeah.
We won't see them again until the 16th.
No. I'm talking about New Bremen.
New Bremen.
They host Bath, so they're sticking with the WBL.
Yes, they are.
St. Mary's will be at Parkway on January 6th. Obviously, Rider Nation Station will not be covering that.
Correct. Derek, final thoughts.
It's easy to get negative in a big loss like that. A lot of turnovers, things to work on. But there were moments, especially first half. Defensively, it was very strong. I thought for the Riders. So some positives, heading things you can take forward. Hopefully, trying to build on. But just again, turnovers and got to get to the rim a little bit more. Get some better shots.
I will interject that on getting to the rim. The Riders shot 11 free throws on the night. The Cardinals 10. So we talked about they needed.
And they did. They did better.
They attacked the basket and drew some contact.
Especially in the first half.
Right.
First half, third quarter did a little better about that. So things to work on.
So as I mentioned, the boys we won't see again back here at Grand Lake Health Systems Court until Friday, January 16th, when they'll host the Wapakoneta Redskins. But next week, 2 girls games on slate. January 6th, Tuesday, against the Lady Bearcats of Spencerville, and on Thursday against the Lady Bulldogs of Defiance. Of course, Rider Nation Station will be here to bring you all the action. So with the 56-29 win over the Rough Riders, New Bremen goes to 6-2 overall, 0-1 in the MAC. Obviously, the Rough Riders dropped to 1-7 overall, and they're still 0-2 in the Western Buckeye League. For our entire Rider Nation Station crew, Hunter Winchett, Doug Spencer on camera, Logan Yelton and Rich Spencer pushing all the buttons. For my colleagues Kelly and Derek J., I'm Joe Hurlbert. We'll see you next Tuesday with girls basketball. So long, everyone.
Thanks for watching another episode of Rider Nation Station. Help us help you by subscribing on YouTube or following us on Facebook.